You know, it's funny, sometimes the biggest ideas aren't hiding in some dense, complicated textbook. They're tucked away in the most ordinary places. So today, we're going to uncover this pretty powerful global concept. And believe it or not, our only clue is a single entry in a very simple dictionary.
I mean, just think about that for a second. What if you had to explain everything, your job, your feelings, the entire world, using a vocabulary that could fit on, like, a single sheet of paper? It sounds kind of impossible, right? Or is it actually a secret to something much, much bigger?
So our whole investigation starts with a word we all know, a concept that pretty much shapes our lives. But we're going to be looking at it through a very specific, very unusual lens, the Simple English Wiktionary. And what we find there is way more than just a definition. All right, so first up, we're looking at this single web page. The whole point of the Simple English Wiktionary, and this is really important, is to define words using only the most common, basic English vocabulary. The idea is to make it super accessible for learners all over the world. And that principle, simplicity, is the key to this whole story. Okay, so check out definition 1. There's no complex economic theory, no jargon, nothing like that. It is beautifully straightforward. Money is the physical stuff you use to buy other stuff. It's a definition a little kid could understand, which honestly is exactly the point.
The second definition is just as simple, and I find this really interesting. Look at that word, tool. It frames money not just as an object, but as a device you use to get something done. It's functional, it's practical, and it is incredibly direct.
So, as we're scanning the page, we see these super simple definitions, some grammar notes. It's even labeled a stub, an entry that needs more work. All very standard stuff. But then you spot it. Tucked away near the top is one little sentence that changes everything.
And this is where our simple little dictionary search turns into a real investigation. That one small note isn't just a random fact. It's like a key that unlocks this whole philosophy about language and connecting the world.
And there it is. This is our clue. Money is on the basic English 850 list. It's so easy to just scroll right past that. But that little phrase, it's pointing to this massive, totally deliberate system hiding in plain sight.
Which, of course, leads to the immediate question, what on earth is the B850 list? It sounds like a secret code name or something, doesn't it? What is it, and why is a word like money on it?
Before we even get to the definition, let's just sit with that number for a second. 850. The average English speaker, you or me, we know tens of thousands of words. So a system built on just 850, that's got to be something really, really special. And here's the answer. The BE850 list is the foundation for something called Basic English. It was a project created way back in the 1930s. It's not just a word list, it's a complete functional language system built from this tiny, carefully chosen vocabulary.
So why would anyone do this? Well, the goal was incredibly ambitious. Almost idealistic. The idea was to create a kind of linguistic bridge for the entire world. A common language that could make global trade, science, and just simple human connection easier for everyone, everywhere. And you know what's wild? The proof of why a system like this is so powerful. Well, it's been hiding back on that same dictionary page we started with this whole time.
Yeah, if you scroll through that source page, you find this huge, long list of translations for the word money. And this isn't just trivia. It's a visual map of a universal human concept. Every single culture needs a word for this.
And the page just lays out the challenge and the opportunity so perfectly. You see the word for money in Spanish.
And then you see it in Japanese.
In Hindi.
In Arabic.
And in Russian. The sounds are totally different. The scripts are different. But that core idea, a medium of exchange, that is a constant across all of human history.
And that's the connection. A system like Basic English is an attempt to create that common ground, a shared set of tools for talking about these universal concepts without requiring someone to spend years and years studying a whole new language.
So, after going down this rabbit hole, all starting from one simple word on one simple web page, what's the big idea here? What's the real takeaway from this little linguistic detective story?
Well, for me, the first thing is that complexity is so often hiding right behind simplicity. What looked like a totally basic definition for money was actually a doorway into this huge idea about global communication and history and the very nature of language itself.
And this is the crucial point right here.
The power of basic English isn't just about all the words that were left out. It's about the incredible potential of the words that were left in. It proves that with just a small set of fundamental concepts, communicated clearly, you can build a powerful bridge between people and cultures.
It all started with the simple word money, and it ends with this big, provocative question. This idea is nearly 100 years old now, but in our hyper-connected and, let's be honest, often divided world, it feels more relevant than ever. Could 850 words really change the world? That is something to think about.